Hello guys, Extra, part 2, and we're going to go ahead and continue with CrewSense Gaming. So we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and develop a new game straight off the bat. I have been reading the comments, and I've had a lot of really good suggestions for games, so I'm going to go ahead and do one here. This one's going to be called Sky Edge. I have a piece of paper, with the games that you want me to do, etc, etc, so bear with me. So this is going to be a medieval RPG for the PC, and this was suggested by LTrain99 Gaming, so thank you. You may be our saviour. So, engine, gameplay and story. Well, it's an RPG, so you want some story. Gameplay, engine... bring that down. Gameplay is not that important. Have we played Skyrim? Oh, burn. Okay. Dialogue, level design and AI. AI isn't that important. Level design, dialogue, dialogue and level design I'd say is pretty important. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with that. See what we can manage there. Design's going up a ton compared to technology. Today the new game platform tests by an inventor has been released. Cool, awesome. So that's definitely a thing. We have tons of research points. We might want to unlock some new topics after this. Development stage 3, world design, graphics and sound. Well, world design in an RPG is really important. The sound isn't nearly as important as the graphics are, so I'm going to go ahead and ramp both those up. And we're getting a lot of design, this is promising. Local news. Hi, I'm Caroline Witches from the local news. I've heard rumours that you are already working on the next game and would love to do an interview about this. Do you have some time? Yes, I do. Great, thank you for your time. The interview should be published soon. Okay. Sick. CrewSense Gaming, a local startup, is trying to make it big in the gaming industry. The company has already published 2 games and is working hard on their next. In an interview, founder Extron said that the new game is going to be a medieval RPG game, something the company has not done before. It's great to see small local companies entering exciting new industries. All the best of luck to CrewSense Gaming. Cool. So I have a hype level. Now what that actually means is hype will give you extra sales. If you don't do well, like if a game doesn't sell well, it can really drop your fans and drop like all of your like reception as far as future games comes out. So if you have games that have a decent amount of hype, you really want them to do good. So we'll see what we get for this. Somewhat promising. 15 and 10, it's not too bad. 6, okay. 6 is okay, mediocre, but it's fine. 6. 5. Really? 5? And 5. So it was a pretty mediocre game. You know, we're not impressing that many people, but it wasn't terrible. And we will gain a decent amount of money just because of how hyped it was when it was first released. So as the money's coming out for that, we're going to go ahead and research a new topic, and it's going to be a sci-fi. So we're going to go ahead and research sci-fi. We might also do some contract work straight after this, and then we'll get into the second game. So we've got 133k, 148k. Sold really well actually in week 5, which is pretty impressive. I can only assume if it goes up at the later weeks, that's probably because of like maybe it's like pre-owned or it's on sale. Steam is probably selling it for like $1.99 since it was so mediocre. Contract work. Okay, accept contract. Game backdrops. So I think we should be able to do this relatively easy, so it's an easy bit of money coming back in. Nailed it. Cool. Would hire again, we'll transfer 18k to your account. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is, now that Sky Edge has nearly finished its sales, we're going to go ahead and start on a new game. The topic is going to be a RPG. That's not what I was looking for. It's going to be a medieval RPG. It's going to be another medieval RPG. We're going to go ahead and take a risk, and we're going to go to the tests. So we're going to go ahead and go to the tests. So we bought that for 80k for the developer's license. So that's put us down to 97k. So it's a big investment, but hopefully we can do well. This was actually suggested to me by just hang on, let me have a look at this name. Just paper whistle. Hang on, Jashani99, and this will be called Book of Madness. Boom. Alright, cool. Sky Edge is now off the market. It sold 16,788 units, generating 117,558 in sales. So that's not too bad. I think that went pretty well. So, Book of Madness Medieval RPG, we're going to go ahead and ramp up the gameplay. Just because we don't want it too much the same. We want to, you know, try to switch it up a little bit each time. So 5-4 for development stage 1, that's not too bad. Development stage 2, we're gonna go ahead and bring the dialogue down a little bit so we can allocate as much time as possible into level design. And we'll see what that does. Hopefully that'll sway the balance a little bit and make it give us a decent payoff. There we go. And development stage 3, sound, graphics and world design. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn down the graphics a little bit because graphics ain't everything. Turn the sound up slightly and go straight for the world design. As you can see, the monthly costs and everything, we are down to 37k. So we did make a big gamble coming to the test, but hopefully it will pay off. It's proven to be a massive success. Sales numbers have exceeded expectation. Okay. Cool. As one customer says, I love the games that come with the test, and playing with a controller is so much more fun than a keyboard. Okay. So it is selling well. So we're just going to wait for the bugs to disappear, which means it'll take a bit more time, but there we go. So 16 and 12. Again, that's not a bad score. So our engine is leveled up, gameplay, story, dialogue, level design is leveled up. I do believe that's going to take everything to level 2. Yep, so we're now at level 2 game designer, I guess. Our first reviews for our newly released game, Book of Madness, came in. Okay, go. Oh, that's... Ooh. Not quite. Okay, well that wasn't very good. It certainly wasn't worth the money we put into it. So we're gonna go ahead and try something new, I think, for the next bit. The latest game by Crusense Gaming has had reviewers scratching their heads. Rather than bringing a new and innovative game to market, the company delivered another medieval RPG game which is more or less the same setting as their previous game. One reviewer commented, I think Book of Madness was simply developed too soon after the previous game with not enough innovations in technology and design. Well, we give it a go. So we're going to go ahead while that's selling. We're not going to make a whole lot of money off that, but we're going to go ahead and do contract work as much as possible while it's selling because we need to make back that money. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and pick reasonably small contract works, ones that we know that we can complete. So set up computers at the last one, 24, yeah, I won't be able to do that. Okay, well instead what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a custom game engine. So this will be our first game engine. I think we're probably going to make it straight for the console. I know I said actually in part 1 I said I wasn't going to go at the consoles, but in fact I've kind of done a complete 180 on that and decided I might just go straight to the console, just because I think there's probably going to be a larger like market share for the consoles. As more and more developers enter the market, we expect developers to focus their games on specific age groups to really make an impact. Okay. Research available, target audience. Okay, cool. Book of Madness is now off the market. It sold 9,247 units, generating 64,757 in sales. So it didn't sell anywhere near as good as our previous ones. New research available, gamepad and steering wheel. Cool. Okay, well what we're going to do is then we're going to research gamepad, because I do know I have one more game to release from like the suggestions in the comments. Of course, I love the fact that you guys are getting into it and suggesting games and stuff like that for me to use. So that's always, I appreciate that very much. If you guys please keep doing that, please go in the comment section and state in games that you want to see, because I'm all about that. So got that research. Let's also research target audience. I don't have the research points. Okay, so we can't do that. But let's go ahead and develop the next game. GameStop. This is going to be called Super Slam. Oh God, Slammin' Sports. Super Slammin' Sports. The topic is a sports game. It is a sports action game. The platform is going to be for the TES again. We're going to go ahead and use the 2D graphics, because you've got to go 2D daily. So it's a sports game, so the engine needs to be somewhat good. The story is really not important. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Focus on gameplay as well as the graphics of the game. 5 and 5, pretty good. It was balanced. Usually balanced games seem to do pretty well, so that's always great. AI needs to be pretty good since it's a sports game. Dialogue is not important in the slightest. Level design isn't really that important either, so we're going to go ahead and do as much AI as we can for that. Because I think in any sports game, if you have sports games where people are running about and they're not actually having any real purpose, you can pretty much notice it very quickly. I've played a couple of like indie sports games that suffer from that kind of problem. Obviously I'm not gonna, I wouldn't call any out, but yeah, it's definitely an issue. World design, graphic and sound. Okay, well I think world design, sound's usually pretty important. We're gonna go ahead and go like that. I think we're not gonna go put world design down to half. We're gonna focus it on sound. I think that might be a good option. Today, Vena has confirmed recent rumours about a new gaming console and announced the Master V. The company claims that the Master V is technically superior to the massively successful TES by an inventor and plans to release it in the coming months. Okay, well that's clearly the Master System, but that's fine. No, don't finish it. Oh, they finished it before the bugs were done. Okay, so 14-15, that's not too bad. New topic, it's a new combo. Level. Okay, so let's go ahead and release that game. We are now in the red, so this game needs to do at least somewhat well. So here we go. The first reviews on our newly released game, Super Slamming Sports, came in. 8. Okay, 8's good. I like that. 8's promising. Another 8. Alright, I like this. Another 8. 8's all across the board, so that's good. So that's going to sell well. So we definitely needed that to do well. So that's always promising. So while that's going on, we're going to do a little bit of contract work. Set up computers, we can do that. So guys, thanks for the nice response to the first part of this. I do realise, I believe someone in the comments said that this is pretty entertaining, but it'd get boring. It'd get boring after a while. I do see that. I do see that it could get boring after a while, but I'm definitely going to try new things to try and make it exciting for you guys. But I do really enjoy this game. I would recommend it for anybody who just wanting to play a casual game that isn't going to take too much effort. This is definitely one of those just pick up and play type games. So that's that done. We're going to do... I think we're going to do... Should we do one more game? Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead. We'll do one more game. So, game concept. This one isn't going to be a fan one. This is going to be one just that I'm going to decide right now. So this one's going to be called Tower of the Titans. Tower of the Titans is going to be a space adventure. Ooh, adventure. It is going to be for the TES. It is going to be a 2D graphics version 1. There's actually tons, like absolutely tons of like added content as you go through the game. So it's not as if like this is just it. Like it becomes a lot more not, I won't say complicated, but it'd certainly be a lot more complex as the game goes on. Like you get staff and you can get like all this like added like what's the word? Added like stuff that you can put into your game, basically, like new game engines that you can design and stuff like that. So Tower of the Titan Space Adventure, obviously we need the engine and the gameplay to be okay, but we need the story to be really good with it being an adventure. So we're going to plop those down just slightly. I actually have a good feeling about this one. I feel like space and adventure is something that usually does pretty well. Space pretty much is a really good genre for adventure type games. Adventure, the AI, the dialogue needs to be pretty good, as does the level design. I think all in all this needs to be a somewhat balanced game. Turn down the AI slightly and replace that with dialogue, I think. And that should work at least pretty well. As you can see, we've done really well selling that one there. And I actually forgot to say the names, the guy's name before I actually made that game. So that one was suggested by Chris Angelo. So thank you for that. You got us out of a tricky situation there. Today, the new game platform Master V by Vina has been released. Cool. So, world design, graphics and sound. The sound isn't that important, even though it is a space game. So, I don't know. But world design is definitely pretty important in any type of adventure. So we're going to go ahead and ramp that up. Super Slam and Sport is now off the market. It sold 30,496 units, generating 213,500 in sales. Very cool. Okay. So we're just going to get some last points on for Tower of the Titans. Get rid of these bugs. The recently released game console Master V by Vina has stirred up the market worldwide. Industry experts say that the console is not very well marketed in North America, but that it will flourish in other parts of the world. That's actually really interesting, because in the UK at least, I always had a Sega, like throughout like most of my childhood into like my early teens. Well, not my early teens, that's a bit aggressive, but at least like when I was a kid, I went through like most of the Sega consoles. The Nintendo, I didn't really know much. I didn't really know about Nintendo really. Like I knew it existed, but I never knew anybody that actually had one. Which is interesting, because I think it's pretty much the exact opposite in North America. Everyone pretty much went to the Nintendo. But if anybody, if anybody knows anything about that, you let me know.